Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit with another episode of What Are We Eating? Today, we're going to be trying a few of the new Stouffer's Everyday Sides. The ones I could find were the Stouffer's Everyday Sides Cheesy Broccoli with Bacon, the Cheddar Bacon Potatoes, the Creamy Street Corn, and the ones I couldn't find were the Green Bean Casserole and the Cream Spinach, which when I do find them will be for a future video. So let's get started with the new 10-ounce Stouffer's Everyday Sides Cheesy Broccoli with Bacon, which consists of broccoli florets topped with cheddar cheese sauce and bacon. They cost $4.53. Here's the fairly short, semi-impressive list of ingredients. There's 3 servings per container. Each serving has 90 calories, 5 grams of total fat, 2 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 10 milligrams of cholesterol, 320 milligrams of sodium, 6 grams of carbohydrates, 2 grams of fiber, 3 grams of sugars, and 5 grams of protein. Not too shabby. Here's our Stouffer's Everyday Sides Cheesy Bacon with Broccoli, right out of the freezer and right out of the box. I'm going to cook it according to the directions on the box. And the directions for all of these Everyday Sides specifically say not to heat in a conventional oven. So it's microwave only for these. Here's our Stouffer's Everyday Sides Cheesy Broccoli with Bacon after microwaving for a total of 5 minutes and resting for 1 minute. So we went in and got a big old spoonful, and the broccoli florets look like most frozen broccoli florets do. Like someone already ate the florets off and all you have is broccoli stem left, which is why most frozen meals that contain broccoli aren't really that good. So into the old pie hole and down the gullet it went. So the broccoli stems were cooked pretty good where they still had a little crunch to them. However, the florets were basically non-existent. With the exception of the bacon flavor, the cheese sauce was watery and had no flavor. Stouffer's generally has decent products, but unfortunately, this wasn't one of them. Which is why the new Stouffer's Everyday Sides Cheesy Broccoli with Bacon gets a 2 out of 10. Now let's go over the 24-ounce new Stouffer's Sides Cheddar Bacon Potatoes, which are diced potatoes in a cheddar cheese sauce with bacon topped with breadcrumbs. They cost $7.99. And it's made with real cheddar cheese, as opposed to fake cheddar cheese. Pair Stouffer's sides with your favorite dish. Here's the fairly short ingredient list. There's 4.5 servings per container. Each serving has 280 calories, 16 grams of total fat, 5 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 20 milligrams of cholesterol, 510 milligrams of sodium, 25 grams of carbohydrates, 2 grams of fiber, 2 grams of sugars, and 9 grams of protein. Here's our new Stouffer's Sides Cheddar Bacon Potatoes, right out of the freezer and right out of the box. And now we're going to cook it according to the directions on the box. After microwaving on high for 15 minutes and resting for 1 minute, our new Stouffer's Sides Cheesy Bacon Potatoes are ready. We went in and got a big old spoonful. Well, not really a big spoonful, but about a half a spoonful. But our intentions were there to get a big spoonful. So into the old pie hole and down the gullet they went. Now the texture of the potatoes and the breadcrumbs were very good. The potatoes weren't mashed potatoes, but they still had a little bit of texture to them, which was nice. And the breadcrumbs, surprisingly enough, for a microwave dish, were still really crispy. And we can't forget about the cheese sauce that was really super creamy. However, Stouffer screwed the pooch when it comes to seasoning. I'm not even sure they added any seasoning, other than the flavor from the bacon. I think Stouffer's expected the bacon to carry the flavor load of this dish. As good as this dish was, texture-wise, it was just as bad season-wise. It was super bland. But that was an easy fix. We had the rest of the cheesy bacon potatoes for dinner and added a little bit of salt, pepper, garlic, and onion, and that did the trick and turned these bland potatoes into delicious potatoes. So the new Stouffer's Sides Cheddar Bacon Potatoes get a 7 out of 10. Now let's go over the new 13-ounce Stouffer's Everyday Sides Creamy Street Corn, which is corn and a zesty creamy sauce made with Parmesan and cotija cheeses, chili powder, lime juice, and cilantro. Here is the super short list of ingredients. There's 3.5 servings per container. Each serving has 130 calories, 3.5 grams of total fat, 2 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 10 milligrams of cholesterol, 250 milligrams of sodium, 21 grams of carbohydrates, 2 grams of fiber, 3 grams of sugars, and 4 grams of protein. Here's our new Stouffer's Everyday Sides Creamy Street Corn right out of the freezer and right out of the box. Now we're going to heat it according to the directions on the box. Here's our new Stouffer's Everyday Sides Creamy Street Corn after microwaving on high for 6.5 minutes and resting for 1 minute. And I've got to say, it smells awfully good. So we gave it a mix and then scooped up a big old spoonful. So into the old pie hole and down the gullet it went. And this street corn was actually very delicious, even though it was under-seasoned again. Just like the potatoes, we finished this for dinner and added a little bit of salt and pepper, and that did the trick. It brought out all the flavors in the street corn. The cilantro, the lime, the cheeses, and especially the sweetness in the corn. Speaking of the corn, the texture was perfect. It wasn't mushy, it was still tender crisp. So I'm giving the new Stouffer's Everyday Sides Creamy Street Corn an 8 out of 10. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.